I think we're live. Hey folks, how's everybody doing? Yeah, I think we're live now. Okay. Hey folks, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody has had a fantastic Christmas, and hopefully we're all going to have a good New Year. Hope everyone is well. This is my year-end review, and it is literally that. It is a year-end review. I have a lot of stuff that I want to go through, that I want to talk about with you guys. But before I get into all of that, I just want to go through and welcome everyone that's in the chat. So we've been chatting quite a bit before the shows come on. So let me just say hello to a few people. Will Varela, Bruce is in the house. Todd, how are you, man? Okay, my dog's freaking out here. Hang on, I may have to stop for a second. Dale Palmer's here. Dave R's Guitars. Who else we got? Will Varela, I think I mentioned you already, but hello again. Brad Miller is here. Jason Wade. Am I missing anyone? Am I missing Brian Cote? Glad you're home safe, Brian. Okay, I think I caught everyone. Michael B. Hey, man. How are you, Michael B? Fender Guru. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Oh, Quentin James. He's awake. Dennis Bro, how are you? That's great. Can you take Pepper upstairs? She's freaking out. Okay, here's my coffee. So now I'm ready to go. Okay. Live and on screen. Yes, Dry Heat 480, how are you? So again, I hope everyone's doing well. As I mentioned earlier, so this is sort of my year-end review. I just wanted to talk. I guess I'm going to go over like three main things, okay? So one thing I want to talk about is, well, everything is music related, first of all. So the first thing I was going to go through is I just want to like take the year, you know, like kind of reflect on the year. I want to talk about, you know, the music that I've been involved with this year. I want to go through some of the gear that I got, and then I want to talk about the actual channel, my channel. I don't really talk a lot about my channel on my channel. So there's just a lot of terrain I want to cover, and I'd like to, and again, I need to get it all wrapped up for 8 o'clock because I don't want to impede on Ben. And I was just on Dave Byron's doing a live stream right now, and I kind of feel bad that I'm on at the same time as Dave Byron, but I had no idea he was going live until earlier this afternoon. So, you know, folks, please support Dave Byron. And speaking of Dave Byron, if you follow Dave Byron, you know this. He got some wonderful news on Christmas Eve that he is cancer-free. So our blessings to Dave Byron, and we pray that he continues to stay healthy because, as we all know, F cancer, right? Okay, let me just, well, we got 26 people already in the house, and I'm probably falling behind in the chat. Let me just greet some new people that came in. Yes, I just got coffee, Will Varela. R2R3 is in the house. How are you? Zach Thong, David Ennis. Thanks, everybody, so much for popping in, man. I really appreciate this. So, oh, JP Page 2. How's it going? Paul Lou. How's it going? I'm just going back here in the chat, making sure I'm not leaving anyone out, and I think I've got everybody. Okay, this is great, man. This is Braxel. How's everyone doing? So before I get into all my stuff, just let me know in the chat, did anybody get any gear that they were kind of hoping for, you know, kind of wishing for, hinting at? So let me know in the chat if you guys picked up any gear over the holidays, okay? And tag me at Guitar Hack so I can see that. And we'll get into that a little bit before I get into my whole shopping list of things. I actually wrote notes today, guys. I'm actually prepared. This is like the first show I've actually prepared for. So, but yeah, let me know if you guys have gotten any gear in the chat. Rob Galley from the UK. Welcome, my friend. 2006 Gibson Firebird V5 in classic white. That is awesome, Dave R. Yeah, Firebirds are really, really cool. I guess that came with the mini humbuckers on it, right? Those are fantastic guitars. Fender Guru is still waiting for the groupies. Yeah, you and me too, my friend. Jason Wade got something. I know what Jason Wade got, and I think it's spelled S-G, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Quentin James got a Michael Kelly Telly, which is very cool. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, Mr. RCN got a Fender ball cap. That's kind of gear. Brad Miller bought myself a HX Stomp. Came early. Oh, that's cool. Dry Heat got the X5 wireless. Okay. That's all right. So we got a lot of guys got some gear here. Braxel, I wish I am stuck until I can figure out the best pedal board to get. You guys got any suggestions? Looking for the smallest I can get, but able to have a ton on it. Okay, Braxel, you can't have a ton of pedals. You need real estate, my friend. Pedal train is what I use, and there's a lot of different sizes of pedal train. I have the classic, I think it's called the classic mini or something. But you know what, Braxel, if you go on the Pedal Train website, it's actually pretty cool. You can actually, they've got pedals that you can put on a board, so you can actually get an idea of how many pedals you can fit on each one of their boards. So that might be something you might want to try, you know. And when you buy with the Pedal Train, you can get, again, all different sizes depending on how many pedals you're planning on having, and pretty much I think make sure that I think all but the mini Pedal Train have a slope to them so that you can mount your power supply underneath. So that's what I would suggest. That'll give you an idea of how big a pedal you can get away with. Or sorry, pedal board you can get away with. R2R3, Ditto pedal, and some other pedals. That's awesome. Yeah, the Ditto pedal is very, very cool. Dale Palmer, no guitar gear. Oh, that's too bad, man. That's too bad. I got the TH3 software. Oh, okay. That's that Yamaha, the software for that Yamaha thing, right? I think. I'm not 100%, Bruce. Oh, Brian Fingerless Guitar, how are you, man? Oh, Rob Galley also got himself a Gibson SG. Congratulations, my friend. SGs are fantastic. I have mine right there. Yeah, they're great guitars. Great guitars. Ditto mini pedal. Yeah, the Dittos are cool. I've got the mini myself. Who else? Who else? So Pedal Train is made in China and typically you can save half. I don't know where it's made. I know they have a website, and I guess that's supposed to be Amazon. You could probably buy it from Amazon. So figure out the size you want on their website and then just order that. It's Terry, I had to buy my own, so it's on to me now, finally. Okay, I'm not sure what you're referring to, Terry. Like a Strymon power supply. Yeah, Braxol, there's all kinds of power supplies. Spot One makes one. Voodoo Labs makes a power supply. There's a lot of different power supplies. If you're planning on your board, your power supply is real important. Make sure that your power supply can accommodate the pedals that you have. Actually, I did a video on that. One of my live chats, I was talking all about power supplies and things because I just went through that whole process. But if you've got pedals that have special requirements, like they're 18-volt pedals or they're higher than 100 milliamp, just make sure whatever power supply you buy can accommodate all of that. Okay, what else we got in here? Let's see any other. I have a Pedal Train Nano. Yeah, Pedal Train Nano. Yeah, there's all different sizes. It really depends. The last thing you want to do is buy a pedal train and then find out that it doesn't accommodate your pedals. Then you ended up spending twice the money. Oh, Jason Wade got something else on Boxing Day. Okay, Jason, you gotta let us know what that is. Dennis got a Boss ME80. Oh, that's cool. It's the same. Oh, cool. That's cool, Bruce. That's cool, man. So now that you've got that, Bruce, you can do you have some nice quality guitar sounds for us to hear, man. SG's for everyone. So, guys, Will Varella's giving away SG, so you want to contact him? It's what, yeah, okay. That's what Steve from Boston uses, the TH3. Now I got it. I got it. Hey, GG's House of Jams is in the house. How are you, my friend? Yeah, Dave R's guitars, the CS12 is what I bought. Yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, I can't say anything bad about it. I actually replaced my Voodoo lab because it actually crapped out on me. But that's not a slight against Voodoo. It lasted me a couple of years. But yeah, that's really cool. Marco's Images is here. Hey, my friend. We're just putting in chat. Hey, Lando27 Music. How are you, my friend? We're just piling in here and letting everyone know what gear we got for Christmas. So we got quite the selection of things. Oh, A64 T-Bird is here. Okay, the Phil McKnight chat. Okay, so there's been a lot of talk. So Phil McKnight, apparently there's a little bit of drama between him and the guitarologist. I don't want to waste my hour talking about that, but if anyone's wondering what's going on with Phil McKnight, he reviewed a guitar that came in from Sweetwater, and there were some issues with it, and he returned it, and then the guitarologist had a different, let's call it a different perspective on it. So that's the drama that's going on. Phil McKnight did a video this afternoon, and I think he pulled it, and he was just giving his side of the story. So that's all I'm going to say on that. It's unfortunate that this crap, there's any drama anywhere, but it's just anyway, I'll just leave it at that. Guitar Girl is in the house. How are you? Okay, so all right, we're about 12 minutes in. So like I said at the top, this is my year-end review. I've got a lot of things that I wanted to talk about this year. Yeah, I don't want to get into the Phil McKnight thing. So, and I actually prepared notes. I have notes for what I want to talk about today. I kid you not, I actually wrote stuff down. I've never prepared for a show before, so this is a first. So, first thing I wanted to talk about, if you've watched my channel regularly, you know that I'm involved with a few different bands. And one of the bands that I'm involved with is a band that does a lot of shows. And this year I was fortunate enough to I played more shows this year than I have at 51 years old, 51, 52, than I played since I played in my 20s. So this was a banner year. We had a lot of gigs that our guitar player in a band, Ken, because he's the guy who goes out and gets the gigs, he got quite a few on his own. And then we had two agents that came in, and one gave us a couple, but there was another agent that just gave us some really, really, really fantastic places to play, places that there's no way we could have played otherwise. And they were all seemed to be the highlight shows of the year. I'm talking bars where like there were lineups going down the street. I have friends to come and see the band, and they couldn't even get in. And I'm not saying that we were the cause of that. It's just they just happened to be real popular bars. So that's the kind of crowds that we were playing to this year. It was unheard of, and we played all over the GTA, which is the Greater Toronto area. And we also did a bit of traveling. I mean, I had some shows that were, I think the farthest one out was about an hour and a half from here. But we just had the opportunity to play a lot of really, really cool places this year. So that was absolutely stellar. And one of the places we played, I actually ran into someone in our YouTube community actually came out to one of the gigs we played, which was super cool. And that was Absolute Mayhem. Bless his heart. He came out to see one of our shows, and it for him was an hour away. And he actually kind of met me halfway between Toronto and he's out in the east part of Ontario. So that was really, really cool. So musically this year, as far as playing wise, because for me, everybody has their thing that they love more about, the music part of it. Some people love recording. I would love to record, but I don't have that ability. I don't have that technology, and I don't have, I'm not, so it's not because I don't want to, I just don't have that, you know, that availability to record. So for me, my highlight of playing is playing out to people, and you know, and trying to give people a good time, and how, you know, hopefully they you know, we can entertain them for a couple hours. So that for me was stellar. And I found out this past week that we weren't supposed to play for New Year's. We were actually going to take the month of December off. And I just got notified last week that we're actually going to play a New Year's show. So I am playing a New Year's show at another bar, which is kind of last minute and kind of cool. I'm just trying to find out if I can, my wife can come, but I got to find out if I can get my daughter in there, because that way we can all spend New Year's Eve together at the bar. And that would be absolutely fantastic. The family together and me doing a gig, man, that's like icing on the cake on top of icing on the cake. That would just be absolutely phenomenal. And next year's looking really, really good, because next year we already have 13 gigs pre-booked before the year even begins, and that's never happened with this band. So so to summarize, music-wise, playing-wise, gig-wise, this year was absolutely stellar. I can't say enough. And there's nothing, like I said, that I like better than playing shows. And the best part about playing shows is it's a great excuse to buy gear. This is why I can justify these guitars. This is why I can justify my amps and everything else. Gear-wise, this year, pretty much, I used my Hughes & Kettner, my 212 cab with vintage 30s. That's the cab that I was using. And I was going back and forth between my Marshall Origin head and my Hughes & Kettner Tubemeister 36-watt head with my pedal board. Guitar-wise, I was basically playing a lot of Les Pauls. Played the SG behind me a couple of times. I played the Les Paul, the classic there. I was just swapping Les Pauls. The odd time the SG. I did one show with the Telecaster. That was a mistake. Not that the Telecaster is a bad guitar, but when you've got your gear and everything set up for humbuckers, and all of a sudden you put a single coil in there, you're going to sound like shit. You're going to spend the whole night adjusting. So, but that, to summarize, music-wise, it was a fantastic year. Gear-wise, what did I buy this year for gear? Actually, not a hell of a lot. And we just had the whole Boxing Day thing and everything else. And it's not for lack of trying. I went to so many stores. I looked at a lot of gear. And the problem is I can't justify buying another guitar. I can't justify buying another amp, because I've already got 2 heads of cab and I've got a combo. I just can't justify it. You know, would I love to have another head? Yeah, and it still might happen. I'm still thinking about the Marshall DSL 20-watt head, just because it's a smaller head. That still might happen, but it's hard to justify. It really is. So what did I buy this year? Well, let's go back to that. What did I buy this year? The first thing I bought this year, I'll just grab it real quick. This was my this is actually really late 2017. And this is you've seen this already on the channel. This is my Les Paul 2018 Les Paul Classic. I did a review of this on my channel of this guitar back in January. So if you want to check out the review, these things now are going for significantly less money because the 2019s are out. So if you're thinking, if you want a P90 guitar and you want a Les Paul, these are actually going for a lot less money now. Okay, I saw it the other day for like $500 less than what I paid for it when it first came out. So if you're thinking about, you know, a P90 Les Paul guitar, I would really look at one of these before they are completely gone. Okay, because it's a full-blown Les Paul. I mean, it didn't cut any corners. The classics for me are just as good as standards. So that's the first thing I bought this year. Okay, was this. The other thing I bought this year was the Marshall Origin head, the 50-watt head. I bought that in the summer. I did a review of that as well on my channel if you want to check it out. If you're looking for that vintage Marshall sound, I've got nothing but positive things to say about that head. It's not a high gain head. If you want more gain, the best you can get out of that is AC/DC gain. If you want anything more, you really got to throw pedals in front of it. That being said, it is a fantastic pedal platform. So that would be the other thing that I would the head that I would definitely recommend. In hindsight, though, I probably should have gotten a 20 because the 50 watt. I don't think I've played a gig yet where I got it past 2. Right, so like, you know, if you don't need tremendous amounts of power, because 50 watt is really loud. There is a power soak on there. I can get that down to as low as 1 watt if I need to. But you know, if you really want it to shine, you really want it on 50 watts, and you want it cranked. And the places I play, I haven't had that ability to do that. Okay. The other thing that I got this year. And this was on a trade. This is the Marshal, Deputy Marshal pedal from Outlaw Effects. I traded a pedal with Ben Coombs. I traded a Tone City Bad Horse for this pedal. This is a great little pedal. If you want a Marshal kind of sound, it's really good. This is actually, I just took it off my board. I'm going to play New Year's Eve, and I'm going to use this pedal for the first time at a show. So this is going to go on my board. That's how good this pedal is. So if you're not familiar with Outlaw Effects, they make pretty good pedals for cheap. Now, I'm saying all this, I don't get any money for any of these companies. This is just stuff that I have and I own, and it's good. So if it's good, I'm going to share the fact that it's good. And this is a pretty good pedal. And the only thing that I got for Boxing Day, and I don't even know if I'm going to keep it, is this. It's the Phase 95 phaser. I don't even know if I'm going to keep it. And why? Not because it's a crappy sounding pedal. I just don't know if I'm going to get enough use out of it. Because it's really pronounced. And there's no volume on this. It's like you have phaser, you don't. And it takes over your total sound. So I don't know if I want to really keep this pedal for that reason. Okay. I'm going to play around with this some more. Because in this pedal, you've got it's a Phase 45, a Phase 90 all together, and then you've got with script and without script. So it's really 3 phasers in one. And this I just got the other day. I haven't played enough with it. I may keep it. I may not. I don't know. But it is, if you're looking for phaser, I think you can't do wrong with that pedal. So as far as gear, that's all I've gotten this year. And I was buying guitars every 6 months. So this gear for me was a very, very quiet year for gear. Okay, I'm just catching up on the chat here. Okay, we got some questions. If you've got questions for me, yes, put at Guitar Hack. Oh, we got... Earl Painter is here. How are you? Todd is asking if I've ever been fired from a band. No. I've quit bands, but I've never been fired. Not yet, but there's always time. Okay, let me just catch up. Oh, Scotty G is here. Hey, Scotty G. How are you, buddy? Remy Moore is here. We got 41 people watching. Thanks so much, everybody, for popping in. Just let me scroll through. Okay. New Year's gigs are always ace. Play a wedding on New Year's Eve once double celebration. Oh, that's awesome, Rob Gelly. That's cool, man. Okay, Todd, a.k.a. Soda Pop. There's no such thing as having too many Les Pauls. That's like having too many women or too much money. There's no such thing. Yeah, the Les Paul is really cool. Guitar Hack, you're an inspiration. I hope I can find a way to play once I become an empty nester in 2032. So that's for Guitar Girl Kailyn. So Kailyn, I didn't play music for 12 years at all. Nothing. I played when I was in my probably up till my early 30s, and then I stopped, and I didn't play for 12 years. And I didn't start playing again until I was like in my mid 40s. And that's because of kids. And then I went back to university and all kinds of stuff and life and, you know. And then when I started playing music again when my kids got older, like I have a 22-year-old and a 16-year-old, so they don't need dad around. So I'm rehearsing, I'm playing, and my wife as well. We rehearse, we play. So unfortunately, yeah, you may have to wait a while. You got to wait till your kids are self-sufficient, and then you can go out and you can play and just enjoy yourself. Oh, thanks, Jason Wade. Yeah, he's popping it in. I've got cards all through this video, and I've got links to all these reviews. So my reviews, I did a review on every piece of gear I own. So, you know, if you're thinking about picking up one of these things and you just want to, you know, a review, I mean, it's not great quality. I mean, at the time I was doing it on my phone. I'm still doing a lot of stuff on my phone. But, you know, if you want an idea how any of the stuff is, check out the review. Yeah, Marco's Images has the Deputy Marshal. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. It's a good pedal for cheap. Any dip switches in the Marshal or sorry, the Deputy Marshal? No. No. Dave R's Guitars best phaser where it goes in the chain. I love mine. There's, you know, that's another thing. Do you put the phaser before overdrive or after? I tend to like it as after overdrive. Hey, GTV's here. How are you, buddy? Jeff Harper's here. How's it going? Have you heard any news about the Jimmy Page Fender Tele release? Date-wise, no. I know that there's 2 versions coming out. That's all I know about that. Janice Layla, did you hook up with Troy? No, Janice. I gave you the information where I'm playing on New Year's Eve, so if he comes by, but he hasn't contacted me or anything like that, no. Oh, and by the way, hello, Janice. How are you? Guitar. I haven't played in a band in years. All the other guys marry their girlfriends and they become spineless. You know what the trick is? Well, my wife is a singer, and I'm in 3 bands, and she sings in 2 of them, so that helps a lot. Brian Cote says, try the Ernie Ball strap locks when you get a chance. I think you'll like them. It's funny you say that, Brian Cote, because that's what I use, brother. There's one right there. Yeah, Ernie Ball strap locks are definitely better than the horseshoe. I was on a rampage about horseshoe strap locks. I made a video about it the other day. Stay the hell away from horseshoe strap locks. And then someone else made a video how if the spring inside or the pin pulls out, you actually can't even take them off. You have to physically cut them. So stay the hell away from horseshoe strap locks. When can you bring up? My wife is asking me to bring up food for tomorrow. Okay, JJ, thanks for popping in. JJ K's House of Harleys. Thanks so much, man. Dave R's Guitars, you put it before. Yeah, it's a personal thing. Some people like it before, some people like it after. After comp and before drive, it tames it a bit more. Yeah, well, there's an idea. There's an idea. Okay, Will Varella's got some information on the Jimmy Page. He says the 2 Jimmy Page guitars, one costs an arm and a leg, and the other one takes your soul. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, you got that right, brother. Yeah, this is great. Oh, we got 46 people watching. So those were 2 things that I wanted to cover. So let me cover the 3rd thing. So the 3rd, have you seen the prices of the Jimmy Page? One of them is just stupid expensive. That's all I know. I don't know the specifics of it. I'm sure it's on a website somewhere. So, okay, we're at the 7:30 mark. We got 46 people watching. So let me talk a little bit about the channel. Now, I've had this channel since, I believe, 2015. And back in 2015, when I was putting out videos, it was I wasn't even showing my face. It's just, I wanted it very low key, very incognito. And I think I got it, like a lot of gear demo stuff that I did. And then I was giving like finger exercises and some, just, it was like just a mishmash of different things. But primarily it was gear, because like I said, there was a time when I was buying a lot of gear, and if I bought a piece of gear, I would demo it. And that's what I was doing. And I did that again since 2015. And my videos were every, not regular at all, like every few months. And I never, I didn't even show my face. It's just like all you would see was whatever I was demoing. And I did that for a long time. And one day on my YouTube feed, this channel came up, and it was called Canucks with Guitars. And I didn't even know that any of this sort of smaller community kind of existed. I mean, I knew about the Tone King. I watched his stuff. I knew about the Filmic Nights, but I didn't know that this smaller thing existed, this smaller community. And I watched the show, and I'm like, wow, that's, it's nice. It's like, it's a small, it's more of a local homey thing, not so kind of, removed, let's say, right? And then I noticed a roundtable show. And one day I said to my wife, I said, geez, like, it'd be really cool to do something like that, because you're watching other people like yourself, like you people in the chat, and like, and we're all players. We've all been around music. We all love music. We're not, for the most part, professional. I mean, I don't consider myself a professional musician. I mean, I get paid to play, but I'm not, I'm just a hack, literally. That's why I call the channel Guitar Hack, by the way. And and I thought, this is cool, right? Like, I'd like to participate in that, because, I come from the same, cut from the same cloth, so to speak. And I was just one day in conversation with my wife. I said, this looks really cool. Like, I'd like to get involved in this, but I don't know how to do it. And my wife, in her infinite wisdom, just said, why don't you just send the guy an email? So I sent an email to Ben Coombs, and I didn't know Ben from Adam. And you know what? He responded. And he said, next time I do one of those things, I'll invite you on. And that's really where it all started. And I showed my face on camera for the first time on, and I got my notes here. I wrote everything down here. My first appearance was on July 31st. And what it was I was communicating with Ben, and Ben was doing a live hangout at an Arden store. And Ben is about an hour and 20 minutes from me. And I decided, to meet up with them and hang out and talk guitars, because I'm sure, like a lot of you people, oh, Henrik Viking, how are you, my friend? I'm sure, like a lot of you people, and why I'm on here a lot is, how many folks can you sit there and just talk about music and gear with? There's not a lot. I mean, even the guys in my band, like, I'll talk some with them, but but there's not a lot of people. Like, if you're not in a band and you're not involved, especially, like, who's going to sit there and listen to you go on for 3 hours about, your new SG or whatever it might be, or you're thinking about buying this pedal? Like, these people aren't around, So discovering this whole world where you can actually get on and talk about gear and have other people that, are the same mindset is absolutely phenomenal. So once I discovered that, and I discovered it through Ben was my gateway, then I decided, let me go one time and let me see if I can do this whole live thing. And if some of you that are in this chat right now were on my very first live stream, and if you remember, okay, and I have links to all these things, because these are all sort of milestones for me in this channel. The very first time, and I think I called it Just a Test, and I'm literally sitting in my backyard with my phone. I was probably smoking a cigar, because as you know, as much as I love guitars, I love cigars. And I'm sitting out there, and I just go live, and all of a sudden I had 5, 6 people, and I'm just talking to them, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing in the world, that I can be on, and I can be talking to fellow musicians, you know, and talking about the nerdiest, geekiest shit that nobody gives a damn about, but we can all share in that love and that joy of, and passion of music. Like, that's the whole reason I started this channel, was to share, you know, ideas and just go nuts on music and talk about gear and all that nerdy stuff. And just going live, and that brief time that I went live, immediately I had like 6 or 7 people, and I had like, I don't know how many subscribers I had, like 40, you know, but it was an immediate thing. I was welcomed into the community. It was immediate, and it was fantastic, you know, and I was hooked. I was hooked on it, and I still enjoy doing it now. And then I thought, you know, it would be really cool is, what if I started having people on instead of just me, and just have people on and start talking to them. But before that happened, I was getting invitations to go on other people's channels, and I'm like, they're inviting me, like, you know, I had enough. I was like 40 some odd, and people were inviting me on. And one of the first people, and I haven't seen him in the chat, was EJ. EJ asked me to be a guest. I think this was even before he did that shit show thing, or whatever he called it. And I was one of his first guests, and I believe it was me and GTV, who might be in the chat. And we were like the first guests on his first, on the first time he had, or started having guests on. And that absolutely blew me away. And it's like, okay, this is fantastic, you know, that now I'm on and I'm with somebody else and I'm talking, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and do the same thing. And when I did my first show live one-on-one, it was with EJ. I'd like, you know, I'm going to have him on first. And that show was a little bit rough, and I'm trying to engage, you know, and trying to be this and that, whatever. And as you know, I started doing that. He was the first. And then I started doing it more and more, and I started doing regular videos, and I've had so many people on, people that are in this chat. I've had people that agreed to come on that I'd still scratch my head that they came on. And I'll tell you honestly, every one-on-one chat that I've had has been an absolute pleasure. I don't know, I've thoroughly enjoyed them. And I don't think I've had one person that has not said they wanted to come back. And I've had, you know, I've had Absolute Mayhem on. I've had Guitar Girl Kailyn on. I've had Jason Wade on. I've had China Guitar Skeptic, Brian Fingerless Guitar, Rick Romanelli. I mean, Dave Byron. I had Dave Byron. All the people that we all are all in our community, and we all know, you know, and that's the beauty of it. You know, finding out what makes them tick. You know, I had Johnny Beane on twice. You know, it's been an incredible ride. From when I started going on regular, when my face was actually on the screen, I had about 40 subs. I've gained 300 subs since then. Like, it's just insane, you know, and I am actually a hair away from 70,000 views. Like, 70,000 people have actually popped in and saw, you know, to look at what the hell I was jabbering on about. It's unbelievable, the support that I've gotten from you guys. It absolutely, it still blows my mind to this day how much I've been welcomed in. It just, you know, I can't believe it. You know, just to give you an idea, here's some. I went back and I kind of looked at, you know, what my most popular videos are. Okay, for gear for 2018, My most popular gear was when I compared my 2018 Les Paul Classic to my Les Paul Standard. And that comparison, I got 9,121 people saw that. Like, that's just, what? When I got my Marshall Origin head and I did a video on that, I have over 4,000 people saw that. And then when I did this thing called the experiment, when I compared the Marshall head to my Hughes and Kettner, I had almost 3,500 people see that video. Like, that just absolutely blows me away. You know, it's incredible, right? But the live stream videos and the feedback that I've gotten from you, like, honestly, I with my gear reviews, I get a lot of views. But in terms of popularity and comments, my live stream videos blow them out of the water. And that's all coming from you folks. And I've got my top 3, and you'll never guess who my top 3 live stream videos are. Okay? You'll never guess, but I'm going to tell you, okay? The one that I did with Shane from In the Blues was my top rated live stream. That's 525 views. And I'll say this now about Shane. Shane is a big channel. When I asked Shane to be on my channel, I had maybe 200 subs. But that didn't faze Shane. Shane is the real deal. Shane is no different than myself or any of you. He is a fantastic guy, and he has helped me tremendously. He promotes my little channel. He did it the other day. It still blows my mind that, he does that. But he is just an honest, solid guy. I got nothing but respect for Shane from In the Blues. And he's the highest views that I've had. Number 2 of my highest live stream views, and let's see. I'm just going to have a quick boot to see if that person is still in the chat. And there, that person is in the chat. Guitar Girl Kailyn, you are my second most watched video interview. 372 people were at it. Yeah, that was amazing. And we had such a good time. That was amazing. And number 3, for whatever reason, the show that I did right before Christmas, where I called it, What Would You Like for Christmas? And that was me by myself, just my talking head. I hit 328 people with that. And I can't thank you enough, and especially the comments and the support. It's been unbelievable. Of all the things that I've done on my channel to this point, I think the live streams, what I'm doing right now, has seemed to have gotten the most response, the most comments from you folks. And I've been called the Barbara Walters of YouTube or whatever, of this community. And, like, I laugh. I think it's funny, but I honestly, I appreciate it. I mean, and again, I've had so many fantastic people. Cheddar's been on. I mean, I'm going to forget somebody. The Guitar Pit's been on. Like, Ben Coombs has been on. I've had so many just amazing, amazing guests. But yeah, those were my most popular videos of this year. So just to kind of wrap up here, I have a few people that I want to thank. I want to thank you all, but there's certain people that have just been instrumental in making this an absolute joy for me. I'd like to thank my mods. You guys are unbelievable. All the wrenches that are in the chat, and for agreeing, because when I was asking you to be a mod, I had like nobody. I had like no subs. So I'm like, hey, can you be my mod? Because somebody told me I needed mods. And my first mods, R2R3 Lockingnut, Mr. Bruce, phenomenal. Bruce, Guitar Girl Kailyn is a mod. Jason Wade keeps, throwing in those little advertisements, which is unbelievable. I've got Ben Coombs, Absolute Mayhem, EJ's Guitars, all of you guys and gals. absolutely fantastic. You know, just super, super mods, super people. I can't say enough. I've got some special thanks that I want to also put out there. EJ again, asking me and you know, to be on your show. Like when I was just, you know, brand new on the scene, and EJ's asking me on his show. Fender Guru asked me to be on his show. Special thanks to Fender Guru. Johnny Beane, we all know Johnny Beane. Johnny Beane is the real deal, folks. That he has helped me tremendously, you know, with advice, and he's a true, honest, fantastic person. I want to make special mention to some other friends that have just been super supportive through this whole thing. Simon Williams, phenomenal person. You know, his friendship has meant a lot. Dave Byron, if I had a dime for every time Dave Byron mentions me in one of his live streams, I can retire. Dave Byron is the best, the absolute best. Love Dave Byron and love the fact that he got that wonderful news. And as you all know, Dave Byron is cancer free. So thanks so much to Dave Byron. Ben Coombs again for getting me started in this whole thing. And I want to thank everybody that's watching. Your support has been unbelievable. You guys have made this year, you know, absolutely fantastic. On top of the gear and on top of the gigs and all that stuff, the support that I've gotten from you guys, the camaraderie, you know, I've made some amazing, amazing friends. It's like this whole other world has opened up, and I thank you all so much. Just there's, you know, it's a joy. It honestly is a joy to have met you in the chats, talk to you back and forth. Like, it's been an absolute pleasure. So I just want to thank everybody so much for making this year a fantastic year. And I hope that it continues. I hope next year, you know, we support each other even more. We grow this community even more. And we just stay positive. And as I say, every show, let's sub everybody else in the chat. Let's keep it positive. And let's just make 2019 a fantastic year. A fantastic year. You know, because this year is going to be hard to top. I'll tell you that right now. All right, let me just go to the chat. I'm sorry, I've been rambling on and on. I made notes. I just want to make sure that I hit everything in my notes. But let me just say hello to some late people that came in. When am I going to do Pink Floyd on my new Wolfgang? Never, because I don't think I'll ever own a Wolfgang. Not that there's anything wrong with Wolfgangs. Mitch Heyman, thank you, Mitch Heyman, so much. Thanks for popping in. Adam EVH, thank you so much. Yeah, Stafford Studio, like all you guys, just fantastic. Yeah, Brian Fingerless Guitar, yeah, you were great, man. Anytime you want to come back on. Rick Hefner. And the other thing, too, I want to mention, you know, I've been helping some people out with some music stuff. I will continue to do that. If anybody wants, you know, if there's something you think I can offer you, you know, giving you a lesson or whatever, just hit me up. You know, just go on my channel. I got my email address there. Just send me an email. Yeah, I wrote a novel worth of notes. I think I wrote more notes for this than I did when I went to school, man. Sean Zimmerman is here. Hey, how are you, man? Bobby Clipper. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody. Thank you all so much. I'm just glad I got through it because I was actually a little bit nervous that I wasn't going to be able to squeeze all of this in time for Ben's show, but it looks like I did it with 10 minutes to spare. So you know what? Yeah, thank you so much. You know what, guys? What you see is what you get. I'm here just for, you know, the joy of it, the fun of it. I'm not here. I don't have any agenda of any kind. You know, what you see with me is what you get. When I'm out there having a cigar and drinking bourbon, I don't know how much more honest I can be than that, but it is what it is. So again, I thank you all so much. The governor's just right. Oh, Marsman. So for those of you that don't know, Marsman was looking for an overdrive pedal, and I recommended the governor, and he's saying it's just right. So that's awesome. So he likes the governor pedal. That's great. That's great. Thank you, Zach Thong. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Todd Flowers, Paulu. I forgot to thank Sylvester. Yeah, thanks, Sylvester. Gwen James. Everybody in here, man. Thank you all so much. We got 56 people watching. Like, oh my God. I think that's a record, man. 56 people are watching my talking head. That's absolutely fantastic. You know, I just hope I can keep it up, guys. I hope that you guys will all be around next year and we can just keep this whole thing, just keep it all positive and keep it growing. Okay. If anybody's got any last minute comments, pop them in at Guitar Hack. Have a great weekend. Yes, have a great weekend too, Bruce. Awesome show. Thank you so much. I see 58. 59. If I hit 60, I've never hit 60 before. That'd be a first. Will Varela, congrats to you and your wisdom. We love you because you're one of us, bro. Honorary Canadian. Thank you so much, Will Varela. Okay. Jason wants everyone to sing Karma Chameleon. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much. All right. So I'm going to cash out at this point, folks. Again, thank you all. Please go check out Ben Coombs, Connects with Guitars. His show is on in about 8 minutes. And don't forget to support our good friend Dave Byron. I believe Dave Byron is still doing his live gig at the Blue Monkey. If I don't see you beforehand, have a fantastic New Year, everyone. I hope everyone will have a happy and safe New Year. And yeah, man, if I don't see you, I'll see you in 2019. Thanks again. Cheers, everybody. Appreciate it so much. You have a great night.